Here's some details on the Daihatsu Copen. This grille has been adjusted, so it is more of the classic look. I also have the standard grille. You see this small headlights, a little bit like, I think a new Beetle. It's the best way to describe it. In general, it looks more like an L880, but then smaller, of course. You have this roof line coming up, and in the center of the bonnet you have this power bolt. There's now double the amount of engine as the normal Japanese has, because this is now 1.3, so suitable for the market in Europe, but cannot comply to the K standards. Also, you have a very nice sporting looking exhaust tips, two tips, also in this frame, which I like. Also heat protection a little bit, but it's more just an add-on, as you can see. It's not that really that functional. There it says Copen. The Daihatsu badges are removed, also from the front, which I like, gives it a cleaner look. I could even stand it if the Copen logo was removed. Then a little bit more, this is roof line, so this roof can retract and then fold into this area. It cannot be opened from the outside, so you need to open it from the inside. Then the looks, you see some luggage rack functionalities, a whole lot of red, and that is also on the steering wheel. Simple cluster there and very nice red interior. So this roof can fold. So you remove these clips and then you can fold it with the electric button here. If you look into the interior, you see cruise control, light switches. There the wiper. This is also, of course, your direction. But if you look at the steering wheel, you still have an airbag, if I'm correct, at least. At the moment, I don't see the airbag standing here. Okay. So these are the klaxons, so to say, so the beeps. It's a Momo steering wheel, which feels nice in the hand. Also red accents, which fits very nice with those leather seats. They are giving you sidewards support, as you can see, for good steering. There are also a sound system, of course, here and also in the back. You have a little bit of storage space. Also here, small, and of course the dashboard case. Simple radio is also there. You do have air conditioning, which is a nice thing. There's more of a fit. Close that again. So sun protection. Okay. This for the alarm. Also, I really like this 5-speed manual. You can see with this or the speeds you have can choose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and reverse. The only trick is that normally you reverse, you would have to do something different. So please be wary that you do not shift into 6th after 5th, because that would be a catastrophe, of course. Really nice shining knob, so to say. It looks a little bit like that of some Abarths, but also the Integras oftentimes have this, and this looks really classical. You see the instrument cluster, so the rev counter, top speed, temperature of oil, water, I think, water temperature, and fuel. Also you have some fog lights and heated glass in the back. So you see there is also glass in the back. It's not like plastic, and you also have here a wind deflector, which helps with the airflow, so you don't get too much turbulence. What more to say? Oh yeah, you have of course electric windows, but also heated seats, and these heated seats are of course very nice if you're driving with colder weather. And Oh, how does that work? A little bit funny. Still have to get. You can still flip it. So you also have these things for all. Is there a mirror in there? I don't think there is. So you can also use these as so you can take those off, I guess, and you can also use them as wind deflectors to a degree, next to being able to have sunlight protection. So quite a cozy cabin. Yeah, I'm 1 meter 88 and still have a little bit of room. Not much, I think about 2 fingers. So I'm not hitting the roof, which is nice. And of course, if you open the roof, you have unlimited headroom. 1 meter 88 centimeters. So it depends a little bit on your body construct. So if you are more balanced like me, so your legs and body length are in sync, then you probably be sitting right. If you have longer legs, you might have a little bit of trouble here, because this is how my legs can be bent, as you can see here. So it's not extremely big amount. You have a footrest also there, which is nice. Of course, the clutch and the brake and the gas pedal. So if you see it like this, you still see that there's some curvature in your leg, which is okay for me. But if you have longer legs, you might be in trouble. And if you have a longer torso, we'll run out of headroom here. So that's something to take into consideration. Also, if you're changed again. These details are also quite reminiscent of the Audi TT. So nice metal or aluminium. I think it's aluminium. Brushed aluminium, and then there are those glasses in for the ventilation. In the back you have a very small cabinet that you can put some stuff in, that it doesn't float around. It's not a car for having a lot of things with you. Also, the thing is in the back. If you open the back, it was a trick to open that. I think there's the back. So the trunk for such a tiny car is still okay-ish. You can also put some stuff underneath this room. You can also take this away and fold it back again, of course, but the thing is, once you fold down the roof goes in there, so you will only be left with this small amount of storage room, so to say. Let's put it there. I think this is just nothing. So diminutive. Perhaps if you slide this away, you can also see if there's something beneath there. Let's see. You can also move, there it is. So this is probably the electric engine that controls everything. This is a bag with tools, I guess. I think it's for a kit to inflate your tires again. And some other stuff. I think this is for the remove a tire or something. That is also a little bit of a jack I see here. So it all fits in the extremely snug safety vest. See here. So that's also a good thing that they are in. It's funny, huh? How things work. So it's all extremely compact. Fits in snugly. So you have more storage if you count that in. There's still a safety position as well, and this I would not leave laying around either, so I'll put it in if possible. Let's see if that fits in somewhere. It might be a snug fit, perhaps there. That wasp, get away. I think that is the best way to address this. But once the roof is down, you will lose a lot of space. This is funny. This you can put over this place here to have it better, giving a nicer look. So, if it has nothing in it, you have quite a deep trunk for such a compact car, but of course the depth is not that much, as you can see. You can put some small stuff beneath this, but that's all, because otherwise you will damage it and the roof will not fold. Let's close it automatically again. I also really like this spoiler. This gives it a really Porsche 911-ish look. But it can be subjective, so that you say I don't like that, but I do. Of course, the clean lines that you say, this curve downwards is a little bit intrusive, but also the original Audi TT, which came without the spoiler, had problems. So it could, at higher speeds, lose stability. So I think it's very wise that they did this. So because this has now doubled the engine capacity, it's good that you also have more stability. I think it looks like a sweet, a candy. And you have a convertible and a coupe. It's now in coupe form. In convertible form it looks even nicer.